So every time a new iPhone drops, I get asked the same question from people.
Should I buy the latest one or just grab last year's Pro?
And every time my answer has been the same. Go for the older Pro. I mean, it makes sense, right? Why pay 75,000 to 80,000 rupees for a phone with a 60Hz display and dated cameras? But this year, Apple has flipped the script with the iPhone 17. For the first time in years, the base iPhone feels like a true flagship, and not just because of the 120Hz display. So we put it head to head with the 16 Pro and even threw in the 15 Pro to see how a 2-year-old flagship holds up. And yeah, we were surprised, but before I get into it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep making more videos like this one. So let's start with the design. All three phones have that flagship glass sandwich build, and they feel just as premium as you'd hope. The iPhone 17 gets a space-grade aluminium frame, while 16 Pro and the 15 Pro get grade 5 titanium. And honestly, I can't really tell them apart just by touch. So all three feel great in hand. I particularly like the 16 Pro mainly because of its weight, 199 grams versus the 15 Pro's 187 grams and the 17's 177 grams. Now the 15 Pro and 16 Pro get ceramic shield on the front and regular glass with a matte finish. Both of these phones have been used as daily drivers, and they've held up pretty well considering the beating they've taken. The iPhone 17 really steps things up. On the back we have regular ceramic shield, but on the front it's using ceramic shield 2, which is 2 times tougher than your regular ceramic shield. With the iPhone 17 you also get some pretty cool color options to pick from, but with the 16 Pro you are limited to a very limited set of options, although they are pretty premium looking. For protection, all three get IP68 certification, so dust and splashes aren't a worry. Technically they can survive 6 meters underwater for 30 minutes, but just don't go testing that. Ports and buttons are mostly the same across the board, except that the 15 Pro doesn't get the camera control button. But the biggest design differences show up on the back. The iPhone 17 has its dual cameras stacked vertically in a neat little pill-shaped bump, while the Pro stick to that familiar triangular triple camera layout in a square island. Hardware-wise, the 17 runs a 48 megapixel main and 48 megapixel ultrawide. The 16 Pro adds a 12 megapixel 5x periscope telephoto, and the 15 Pro has a 48 megapixel main, 12 megapixel 3x telephoto, and 12 megapixel ultra-wide. The main camera on all three are excellent. The 17 and 16 Pro edge slightly ahead with sharper detail and cleaner color tuning. White balance, highlights, and shadows are nearly identical between all three. Ultrawide is almost a dead heat between the 17 and 16 Pro. You only notice differences in really low light. The 15 Pro does fine but lacks detail because of its 12 megapixel sensor. Portraits are again very close between the 17 and 16 Pro at the same focal lengths, but the 16 Pro's telephoto gives you more flexibility and flattering compression. Zoom is where the 16 Pro pulls ahead. Its true 5x optical and 25x max zoom gives it an edge even at 5x and 10x. Video is solid across all three at 4K 60fps, but the 16 Pro unlocks 4K 120fps. On the other hand, the 17 gets dual video recording. Both the Pro iPhones also get some Pro features in photos and videos like Pro RAW and Pro Res. Selfies are where the 17 takes it. Its 18 megapixel center stage sensor delivers more natural color and better stabilization than the other two, which only get 12 megapixel sensors. So unless you're planning to shoot proper feature films, the 17 is the one to get. Now let's talk displays. You now get a 6.3-inch panel on the iPhone 17, the same as the 16 Pro. The 15 Pro comes in at 6.1 inches, but now the 17 has a 120Hz ProMotion display, which means animation, scrolling through web pages, everything is as smooth as any Pro iPhone. In everyday use, the 17's display performs exactly like the one on the 16 Pro and the 15 Pro. Detail, colors, shadows, everything just pops. Content on Netflix and YouTube just comes to life. All three also support Dolby Vision. Where the iPhone 17 wins though is in brightness. It hits 3000 nits of peak brightness versus 2000 nits on both Pros. So when you're out in the sun, the iPhone 17 is literally outshining the Pro models. Now a quick look at the performance. The iPhone 17 has the A19, the 16 Pro has the A18 Pro, and the 15 Pro uses the A17 Pro. All three get 8GB RAM, but the 17 starts at 256GB storage, which is a big win over the 128GB base on the others. So keep that in mind if you're looking to buy the base variants. In day-to-day use, all three feel fast, app switching is instant, scrolling through social media is smooth, and everything just works. Benchmarks though show the A19 flexing hard. In Antutu, the 17 easily outruns the 16 Pro and completely smokes the 15 Pro. Geekbench CPU scores put the 16 Pro somewhat closer to the 17, but then 3D Mark's GPU test sees the 17 pull way ahead. I also gamed on all three and the 17 stayed noticeably cooler. All three run iOS 26 and feel identical, smooth, clean, and reliable. Although I'm personally not the biggest fan of the liquid glass look, and nor do I overly love the app customization options. I usually stick with the default one. You should also get 6 to 7 years of updates from the day the devices were launched, so the 17 will last just a little longer. Now for AI, you do have features like AI writing tools, visual intelligence, and image playground, but they feel half-baked and there's still no AI-powered Siri. Basically, if AI tools matter, Android's the way to go. Now batteries. The iPhone 17 has the biggest one here, 3692 mAh versus 3582 on the 16 Pro and 3274 on the 15 Pro. The first couple of days with the 17 were a bit unpredictable, but after a week I'm easily getting through a full day and sometimes even a day and a half. I could rarely do that with the 16 Pro or the 15 Pro, even when they were brand new. Charging is faster too. The 17 supports 40-watt wired charging and hits 50% in about 20 minutes. The 16 Pro and 15 Pro are limited to 25-watt and take about 30 minutes. All three also come with 25-watt MagSafe charging. Okay, verdict time, and I'll keep it simple. If you're planning to spend over 75,000 rupees, just buy the iPhone 17. It's faster, lasts longer, and the display is better than last year's Pro. And for most people, including content creators, the cameras are more than enough. The 16 Pro only makes sense if you truly need that 5x telephoto and ProRes and ProRAW features. But only if the price drops to, let's say, between 65,000 and 70,000 rupees. Otherwise, skip it. And for the 15 Pro, ours has taken a beating and still holds up. It's showing its age, but we're not replacing it anytime soon. So if you own one, you're fine to keep it. Well, that's it for this video. Drop a comment, let me know which one you'd pick. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.